back in the garage again. It's been a while since I've been out here doing anything sort of bike related, mainly because I've been ill health, and the Triumph Tiger that I had was everything I could do I'd done while I couldn't ride. Just about everything mod wise had been done to it, and I was beginning to get a little bit bored with bikes, to be honest. Anyway, those of you that have followed me for a while know that I had to give up my ZZR through to an eyesight issue, which hopefully has now been not rectified, but better. So I bought another ZZR, and it's kind of relit the flame inside of me. So I'm hoping that there'll be a lot of videos coming. There's a few things that I need to do to it, partly to help with my vision. So it's going to get a full handlebar conversion, so it's going to be like on Renthal style bars as opposed to being on clip-ons, which will help me sit more upright. And my main issue is the peripheral vision in this eye has gone. It's back a little bit, but with leaning forward and turning my head, I couldn't see what was coming up behind me with an adventure bike, because I was sitting more upright. I could twist my body, and that's what I plan on doing with this. So I bought a set of pegs to lower the foot pegs, and I ordered the kit for the conversion for handlebars, which they don't come in that cheap. They're about 300 quid, or just under 300 quid for a conversion kit, but it looks the business anyway, and that includes a set of bars for it. So that'll be going on. Let's give you a walk around it and show you what we've got. So this is it. As you can see, she's in black, whereas my previous one was in Pacific blue. I'm not sure whether the camera will pick this up or not, but there's a really nice metallic flake in there somewhere. It's difficult to pick it up on the camera, but I can see it with my eyes. So, a couple of the issues that we've got. This is supposed to have been serviced, but the first thing that I found, I haven't ridden this yet, is front brake. Now for me, that lever is way too close. Now that normally means that there's some air in the system, but having had a look at the brake fluid, that doesn't look brilliant either. So it's going to get a new set of brake fluid. I'll check the pads while I'm down there as well. But something worth bearing in mind, and a lot of people just totally forget about it, is when they're bleeding the front brakes on these, you've got to bleed nipple up here as well. So you need to make sure you bleed that one, because that's the world's worst one for getting air in up there. So they need to be done. I should do the clutch fluid and I should do the rear brake fluid at the same time. In case you're wondering what that is, I put that in last night. That was the first thing I did. That's my RAM mount. So I've got sat nav or phone, whichever I want to put in there. Aside from that, she doesn't look too bad. As I said, I've got the lowered foot pegs are here already, so they will go on today. It needs a bit of touching up there where boots have rubbed. Funny, it's not on the other side though. On my previous one I got it on both sides, but I guess it just depends on how you sit. Pipeworks cans, never had them before. One of the few makes that I haven't tried. Those of you that know me and follow the channel will know I'm a Delcovic fan, and I have the Delcovic cans off my previous ZZR, so if I don't like these, then the Delcovics will be going back on. Can't tell whether I like these or not at the moment till the baffle comes out, because they will be coming out. And there you are. That's your first look around her. And as I said, there's videos to come. Some of the smaller issues are we've lost some of the reflective off of the mirror there, so maybe I'll get a new mirror. Essentially, she's quite tidy. Doesn't appear to have much in the way of damage anywhere. I'm loving that seat cover. It's very comfortable, but again, I haven't ridden it. I've not even ridden it up and down my garages here. So the first thing I'm going to do is see if I can do this without setting the alarm off. That'll give me a before and an after for the baffle, so that's the first job. So when you look at the sky up there, it's all nice and blue, and it's just started raining. So I turn around and I look that way, and all of a sudden it's not so quite nice. It seems to have stopped for the second, so we'll see if we can get these baffles done quick. So my luck appears to be holding. That's the first baffle out. Now, I wasn't going to show anything on here, but there are some people that don't know how to do this. So basically all you've got is, there's normally an Allen bolt or a screw that goes in the side which holds the baffle in. And the baffles do vary in shape and size, but there's that one, and that's the screw. Now I put the screw back in so I don't lose it. There's the other one, and it's literally just take these out. And ignore all these people that say, oh, it makes the bike too loud, it'll fail the MOT. Just make sure that when you take it out, if your bike does MOTs for Harleys, you'll be fine, regardless of how loud it is. But you can always just pop them back in if you're that worried. Now, the other misconception people get is that the volume is like extra loud. On my previous ZZR, when I put the Delcovic pipes on, I did a dB test on it, and between the cans that were on there and the Delcovic cans with no baffle, there was about a 1 dB difference. So, but it does sound more bassy. It's a deeper sound that you get. So I'm just getting to the point where this screw is going to come out, and I haven't got you on a tripod, I'm holding you, so I'm going to put you down. There we go, that's the second one done. Now, as I said, I wasn't going to show this, but not everybody knows how to do it, so this is not technically a how-to, because I'm an idiot and need to be taken as an idiot because I do stupid things, but I do stupid things with the best of intentions. But if somebody can learn from it, then all well and good. Just having a quick shifty over the back tyre while I'm sitting there checking for splits and stuff. Now, this is a fairly new tyre, but the mileage it's done has all been motorway, so it's, although it's not squaring off yet, it's wearing slightly in the middle, but it'll do me for a while yet. Michelin Pilot, I think it's a Pilot 5 or Pilot 5S or something like that. Have a look, see when it comes round. Anyway, it's definitely a Michelin. First time with Michelins, so be interesting to see what they feel like. So now that we've done that, let's see what she sounds like now. So not much louder, but it's a deeper tone. The Delcovic cans that I normally have are 200mm, so they're a lot shorter than that, which they do make it bark a bit more. But they'll do for now. Just play things by ear. I don't let it run too long because the thing's running on fumes. I need to go and get some fuel for it. It's that low that I won't even ride it to the garage. So I need to go down and grab some in a can. So next bit you'll see will be the lowered foot pegs going on. So there's a set of foot pegs that I've got for her, and they're actually adjustable. So once they're in position, you can have them forward a little bit, back a little bit, up a little bit, down a little bit, whichever way around you orientate it. This piece is separate to this piece, and there's pins that locate into holes on the back. Right, I'm hoping you can see from there. Time will tell. So swap these over, basically clip off, pin out, foot peg out, taking care not to lose the spring, and then put these ones back in. Yeah, if I could see what I was doing. Lines are fucking that. Bigger screwdriver in fairness. Go. That wasn't a very good start for showing you how I do it. I don't normally have that problem getting those clips off. But hey ho. And push the pin out. That's your spring clip gone, that's your foot peg gone. So all we're going to do is we're going to clean the pin, the spring and the spring clip just before putting it back in, because they're a bit mucky, but they need to be looped, so it's kind of good that that's there. And we'll re-loop them with something in a second. Also makes it a bit easier to have an inspection to see if they've worn at all. It looks fairly good. Right. All we're going to do is put a little bit of white lithium grease on. Alright. So obviously once these are fitted, you're going to need to adjust the gear lever. So that'd be there. Obviously this is higher at the moment, but that's your adjustment there. So next to go in, only issue I have with these pins at the moment, my eyesight is now more light sensitive than short-sighted, so everything that's not lit up is difficult to see. There we go. That's him done. When you do the other side, I'm not going to show you how to do the other side, you don't get to see too. You'll obviously have to move the brake pedal to adjust that. Otherwise you'll be lifting it up to put it on the, lifting your foot up, sorry, to put it on the brake. And that is as simple as that. Bloody lovely. Now I'm not going to adjust my gear lever until I've actually ridden the bike. I can see that it's a little bit low, but the way my foot works at the moment, because apart from my eye issue I've got a foot issue, and I can't flick my foot like that to change the gear. I'm okay for stamping down, so I have to lift my whole leg. But it's just whether or not I get the angle right. So more of a gap in there, that's going to be easier for me. So that may even not need any adjusting, but I won't know until I take her out. I'm really every time I look at that, it's shouting at me, mend me, mend me. But, it will get mended. It will get mended. A bit of polish left on that there. Oh, we're in here because it started to rain again. That's a little worth keeping an eye on. Got a drip of something on there, or residue of a drip. Now it doesn't look like it's come off the chain, because the chain, I won't say it's dry, but it's I'd say it's not great. Well, it's a bloody good clean. What's the sprockets like? Just turn you around a little bit. Bring you down here. So it is kind of oily, but I don't think that's chain lube. I suspect some lazy fucker was probably sprayed something like WD-40 or gear oil or fuck knows what over that. But we'll give all that a good clean off when I give the bike its normal valet or valet, depending on how you want to pronounce it. Shock looks pretty good. Can't see any visible leaks on that. We're a little bit wet down here. Now normally what you get down here is a little bit of chain lube. You've got your front sprocket cover there. So yeah, I tend to pick up a little bit from there and it runs down. I'm hoping we've got nothing leaking out of the gear chain shaft. selector shaft. No, that looks pretty dry actually, which is good. Exhaust is looking pretty good. Everything in there looks quite good too, so we're looking to check for any leakages or any signs of wear or rubbing or anything like that. Crappy water in the overflow bottle, and that all seems pretty good. So what we'll do now is I'll go and do the other side. I'll do that in a bit. We'll have a quick look see at the brakes, front and back, see what we make of them. Okay, so at this end, get myself comfy. So at this end, we're checking fork seals, and they all seem nice and dry, no worries there. We've got a little bit of corrosion on the banjo for that hose there, for the brake hose. Nothing too much to worry about at the moment, but I should probably change that. The pins that hold the pads in, so these ones, they look a little bit corroded and look like they could be fun to get out. I've had issues before taking the caliper bolts out and ended up having to cut one out. Not brilliant. Discs, again, not brilliant. I've seen worse, but they're not brilliant. So we haven't got a lip on the inside or the outside, but you can see they're lightly scored. Now this was MOT'd 2 days ago and apparently had no advisories, so it sounds like a bit of a fucking dodgy MOT to me, but I can't say for definite because I've not got a caliper out on them yet to see how much they are worn, but they are slightly scored. So let's have a quick look see at the back of the caliper and see if I can see how much tread's on the pads. I'm just trying to get a balance of you being able to see in there, so you have a look first. Now it's my turn. So I've had a look. It looks like the pads are about halfway down, but what I didn't notice when I first looked was if you look at the bottom caliper bolt compared to the top caliper bolt, that's a new one. So I would suggest at some point these fucking things are seized in, and they are a bastard to get out. But these things are sent to testers. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go around the other side and do the just having a sneaky look underneath while I've got the lamp out. So she looks quite dry around the sump, which is good. So there'll be an oil and filter change coming, air filters, possibly discs, pads. The handlebar job will probably be the next job that you see me do on here. So I think for the moment that will be it. I'll leave you with a look of the new lowered peg. I'm quite happy with that. I think they look quite stylish. They're not Chinese crap. They are a nice lump of billet, so yeah, they should be okay. Take my fat bastard weight. With it for now. I'll catch you all soon. Thanks for watching. It's great to be back. See you on the next one.